What are statistics? What are statistics? Statistics are facts and figures. Consider some examples. The largest earthquake measured 9.2 on the Richter scale. Men are at least 10 times more likely than women to commit murder. 1 in every 8 South Africans is HIV positive. By the year 2020, there will be 15 people aged 65 and over for every newborn baby. Statistics rely heavily upon the calculations of numbers. The statistics also rely heavily on how the numbers are chosen and how the statistics are interpreted. And sometimes the interpretations are problematic. Consider some examples and try to identify a major flaw with each interpretations. Here you see a picture of some delicious ice cream. Consider that a new advertisement for Ben & Jerry's ice cream introduced in late May of last year resulted in 30% increase in ice cream sales for the following 3 months. Thus, the advertisement was effective. Question: are there any problems with this logic? Yes. A major flaw is that ice cream consumption generally increases in the months of June, July, and August, regardless of advertisements. This effect is called a history effect and leads people to interpret outcomes as the results of one variable when another variable, in this case, one having to do with the passage of time, is actually responsible. In a second example, I would like you to consider the relationship between churches and crime. In fact, the more churches in a city, the more crime there is. Thus, churches lead to crime. Question: are there any problems with this logic? Yes. A major flaw is that both increased churches and increased crime rates can be explained by larger populations. In bigger cities, there are both more churches and more crimes. This problem, which we will discuss in more detail in later chapters, refers to the third variable problem. Namely, a third variable can cause both situations. However, people erroneously believe that there is a causal relationship between the two primary variables rather than recognize that a third variable can cause both. As a third example, I would like you to consider the number of interracial marriages that are now occurring in our society. The proportion of interracial marriages this year is 75% higher than it was 25 years ago. Thus, our society accepts interracial marriages. Question: are there any problems with this logic? Yes. A major flaw is that we don't have the information that we need. What is the rate at which marriages are occurring? Suppose only 1% of the marriages 25 years ago were interracial and now 1.75% of marriages are interracial. But this latter number is hardly evidence suggesting the acceptability of interracial marriages. In addition, the statistics provided does not rule out the possibility that the number of interracial marriages has seen dramatic fluctuations over the years, and this year is not the highest. Again, there is simply not enough information to understand fully the impact of the statistics. In sum, statistics are not just facts and figures. They are more than that. Rather, statistics refer to a range of techniques and procedures for analyzing, interpreting, displaying, and making decisions based on data.